Hey there, it's Liv. Girl versus motorcycle. It's been a minute. Um, Not much going on. It's cold here in Vegas. Cold for Vegas. I mean, let's be honest. I know there's people in probably Montana and North Dakota that would love to be here right now. um, Whoops, sorry. So I just decided to do like a short throw together video. I gotta install like a wiring harness for some heated gear. I actually got some heated glove liners from Hotwired here. You can see them. Yes. Uh, I've never even thought about having heated gear before, and then I have this fancy bike where I can have heated gear, and so I decided to get some liners. I like the idea of the liners because then you can use whatever gloves you want, which is nice because my current winter gloves are kind of falling apart, and I'm still in search of winter gloves that fit. I tried a pair of Revit gloves I got from Revzilla. They're a little short in the fingers for me. I've got long fingers. Also, it's hard to find ones that are not too bulky, all this stuff. So I'm still shopping around. If you think of any, hey, throw me a comment. Let me know. Take a look. See if there's find something I like. So yeah, it's a pretty simple setup. Also, just doing a short video to test this microphone I got for my birthday a while back. I haven't only not been making videos. I haven't been doing much of anything, but just working and running around like a crazy person. So, and I actually had the liners for maybe like 2 weeks and just now putting it in because I was riding Gritty tonight and realized I probably could have used those liners. So maybe I should install a harness. So I'm going to start by taking the seat off, get to the battery, and go from there. Should be easy peasy. See you in a bit. So as in with any electrical project or product you get, read the directions thoroughly before you start. I mentioned that mostly because I was reading the directions and warnings for the gloves, and they mentioned, don't wear any heated gear directly on your skin. And I'm like, wait a minute, these are glove liners. Aren't they supposed to be directly on my skin? Don't know. But yeah, for you Indian people, obviously, the direct access to the battery is right under the plate for this ECM. Do not... Let's see. Failure to disconnect the negative battery prior to removing this module may result in permanent damage. Okay. What that means is I'm going to stop unscrewing this for a second and disconnect the negative battery, which is right there. And I have my tools for it, but why does I feel like this is not going to fit in there? It does not. I actually need a silly old actual Phillips head, which is dumb. This should move over more, I would think. Oh well, that's typical stuff. Alright, after messing around a bit, I forgot that this screw in the back here connects this whole plate. I don't have to do all these 4 screws around the ECM. So, also, I'm like, I see this and I go, is this a negative to that, like, Indian owners? Should I just disconnected this instead of disconnecting the actual negative to the battery? You know. I also just got a service manual for this bike and it's upstairs. I probably could have gotten it, but I didn't. So there you go. This whole plate's connected to that. And then I can access the battery. I'm going to grab my screw so I don't lose it. Let's try to move it out of the way a little bit. According to directions. And also, thanks for labeling this Hotwired. For installation, connect positive cable first. For removal, disconnect negative label last. Anyway, so there's this part of the this is the harness, and this is like your plug where you plug in your heated gear right there. And what happens is you got to put this into your harness because it has a fuse in here. Fuses are important, so you want to get this in. Now, here's the deal. They have these big tags on here, and it, like I said, for installation, connect positive first. For removal, disconnect negative first. These big old tags, as soon as I get this stuff on, are coming off because I don't like big paper floating around my battery. I don't think that's a good idea. It's a personal choice. Just saying. Okay, now move some cables out of my way. So, there's your positive. Red's positive, in case you didn't know. So, I'm gonna move the rubber boot back and this. Now, just in case you're wondering, and there are plenty of people know this and plenty of people that don't. The bolt on almost every freaking battery terminal I've touched has been 10 millimeter. So I'm gonna guess they're all 10 millimeter. I haven't seen anything different yet, but safe bet if you're gonna start messing with your battery, just grab a 10 millimeter socket there, nut driver, and you'll be good to go. That's all. So connect positive first and then negative. There, I'll put this on top of here. And I always put towels over paint. That's a little extra protection. It's a new bike. I like the paint job. Yep, just put that right over the hole there. Hopefully that'll work. All right, and I'm gonna put the line close to the negative side. I don't think I can plug in the negative till I put the ECM back. So, stand by. Oh, easy peasy. Connected. All right. I'll let you in on a little secret. Before I go and test this, actually I'm going to tuck all this in a nice spot here. So it's not all messy and stuff. But if you can see, I have these heat shields on here. They work. Kuryakyn seems so good so far, but also it's kind of chilly. So while I have the seat off and tools out, I'm going to take these off. So stand by, and next thing we'll test the gloves. But I'm going to do that first. Okay, so we got the harness connected. And then they have a Y cable that connects for the gloves, that comes with the gloves. It's one of the reasons I bought the Hotwired. They have like a whole system of liners and stuff like that. So like if I had a jacket, the gloves would plug into the jacket. If I just got the gloves, and the gloves came with the cable, so it's very handy. There's no there's directions in there for on-off switches, and again, I think that's for different pieces of the gear because this doesn't have on-off switch. They have actual heated gloves, they have on-off switch or jackets and all that stuff, but this seems to be plug and play. So we're gonna plug it in here, and this is just one glove, and let's see if I don't know how long it takes for them to start getting toasty. I don't know if I have to start the bike. Oh yeah, there's some heat coming in my fingertips. I got the other one. I'm gonna sit here and just sit here with toasty gloves. Oh, yep, there are my fingers. Getting all toasty. So, oops. So I guess what would happen is, with not having any other heated gear, just the liners, I'll probably take this cables long enough to kind of run through my sleeves of my jacket. So probably that's what they'll be instead of floating around, flapping around and stuff. The liners, these are small, and I'd say they're probably about 90-95% fitted. There's not a size smaller than this. When you measure your hand, Revzilla will show you where to measure your hand. You kind of measure around the palm with the closed tape, and I'm between 7.5 and 8 centimeters, and the smallest I had was 8. So, or was it? Whichever it was, the smallest size wasn't close enough. So they are a little loose, but they still fit. Like I had those Revit gloves. They did fit under the Revit gloves just fine. Just the gloves themselves were comfortable. So, but I can feel my fingertips getting toasty. Again, to push a little Revzilla thing. I picked these because the review video done by Anthony on these gloves are Hotwired glove liners. You can look them up on there. And he mentioned the way the wiring, like the heat element in these are actually like woven through the cloth, instead of like just the wires and stuff like that, and it just makes for better circulation. And right now my fingertips, these are getting kind of nice and warm, so hopefully when your bike's running and you're on the road, you put them, they'll be nice and toasty. I don't want to leave it on too long to drain my battery. So that's that. Heated glove liners installed. Maybe at some point I will actually ride with them. I'm thinking tomorrow night from work. That's what I'm guessing. But I can give you an honest review. I do want to do a couple of clothing reviews. I really want to do something on my tobacco motor wear McCoy jacket because I love it, and it's been an unexpected positives, things I weren't expecting out of that jacket that I got out of it. So I'll do that soon. In the meantime, I'm gonna turn off this bike. I want you guys to ride safe out there. Look both ways. Make sure you're seen. Make sure you do all your hand signals and be safe out there on the road. And hopefully I will see you soon with an actual full-length video. Okay, bye. Okay, so I am wearing the heated liners for the first time. The Hotwired 12 volts heated glove liners. Have to say, they do their job. As you know, when your hands are cold on your bike, the first thing that goes numb is your fingertips. And my fingertips right now are nice and toasty. Nice. I've been on the bike for about 10 minutes. So, something like that. Yeah. On the highway. All that junk. And yeah, my fingertips are cool. Now, I will say, you know, dealing with the Y cable wire going through my jacket, a little bit of pain in the butt, but I figure that's one of those things. Once you do it a few times, you'll have a good system down. I also think it would be nicer if they had like an extra small for women, which is so weird because nothing for me is ever extra small. I never need extra small, but their small, like I said, was like the 8.5 centimeters, and I needed like one more down for it because it's a liner, so it should be like close to your skin. And they're a little baggy, so putting them on with these gloves was a little bit tough. Not like it wasn't bad, but it's a little bulky that you got to make sure they're on. And when you're putting them on and you have some layers on and you're messing with the cuffs, it turns a little bit into a pain in the butt. But it works out. Hey, that guy just ran a red light with a cop back there. And that cop was too busy pulling that guy over. Anyway, my daily ride home. So yeah, as you can see, I put I don't know if you can see it with this camera on my 10C Pro, but I have the little attachment right here. It'd be cool if I had a tank pouch to put all the cable in. I don't. I want to get one. I had to make some calls. Otherwise than that, it's easy to use. It's a plug and play. There's no temperature control or anything, so I don't know, you know, at what point would I get tired. I mean, on the way home, I've got like, depending on traffic, 15, 20 minute ride home. So it's not bad. I would think, though, you could use them with any gloves, and having like winter gloves, like I do right now, maybe might be too much. I guess it depends. Like, being in Vegas, a cold Vegas night, like, I know this says 54, but I know it's below 50. Probably like 47 right now, something like that. But like, yeah, for cold Vegas night, a winter glove with a heated liner might be a little much. But I'm sure if you're riding somewhere where it's colder, you know, your Colorados, your Montanas, or something like that, oh yeah, you're going to want all the winter's gloves you can get on. I'd be curious to try them with I have leather gloves that are just leather. There's no lining in it, nothing to keep you warm. It's really just a wind thing. I'd be curious to try them with that, see how they fare, and they might fit a little better. Because the inside, obviously, of your winter gloves are a little bit more bulky. And we always, especially with women and grip, feeling your grips are very important. And we always find winter gloves to be bulky, so it's hard to find a good pair. Like, I always liked how these gloves actually felt, these black brands. But the cuffs were never long enough to get around these jackets. They fit great on my McCoy jacket. I tell you what, though. Yeah, but I think that's the gist of my review. They're warm, they're toasty. It's an easy setup and get them on. And, you know, especially if you don't want to buy brand new winter gloves and you just want to spend like about $80-$90 and get some glove liners. It's nice, especially if you got gloves you really, really like, want to wear. So, yeah, I'd recommend them for sure. Like I said, my fingertips are nice and warm, which is nice. I just wish I had a better, what's some word I'm looking for? Better sensation on my grips, a little bit better grip.
Like, obviously I'm riding okay. I've had no, it's not anywhere close to being like a dangerous level of not being able to feel my bike or anything like that. But, you know, I think that's what layers in your hands. Those are the risks you take, you know. And I guess some people would say, hey, you have a fancy Chieftain, why don't you just get the heated grips? Well, the heated grips are the same style as the original grips, and that's the only ones they have available that are heated, and I just did not like the OG grips are not comfortable to me. They're just thick, round, with lots of grooves in them, and these are tapered, and I like them a little better. So that's why I didn't get the heated grips, because I thought about that first, but it didn't happen. So that's it. That's my review. Easy peasy setup. Don't need new gloves. Inexpensive. Hotwired glove liners. 12-volt system. There you go. And I'm going to turn my tunes back on. And I will see y'all very soon. Bye.